Let's get up for Peter Coffey.
What's up, fam? How's it going?
Yeah.
Woo! My name's Peter, but don't call me Peter Pan, because I don't even own a pan. Peter Panless. Peter Sans Pan. My last name is Coffey, which means every table I own is a coffee table. Yo, man, I like your dining room table. Nah, coffee table. Those are good end tables you got there, Peter. Nah, man, coffee table. That's a nice periodic table you have there, Peter. Nah, man, coffee table. Now that we got my name out of the way, as you can probably tell, I'm a millennial, but I embrace it. I'm all about it. I love it. Like I'm a believer. I'm a tweeter. I'm a dreamer, and I'm a memer. I got all my bases, my Rs covered. I don't feel safe in places that don't have Snapchat geofilters. That's when, if there's no geofilter, I gotta go. Like, I just can't be there. I don't feel safe. It's not like, I just can't. I feel uncomfortable. Right? So that's who I am. Like a lot of millennials, after college, I took a gap year. But I did it a little bit differently. I didn't travel or anything like that. I just worked at the Gap. It was a lot of fun. Own a lot of shirts, own a lot of dope sweaters now, some knit caps, and yeah, it's pretty good. I'm from DC originally. I'm not from Chicago. I moved here about 2 years ago, and actually when I first moved here, I didn't know anyone, and it was tough meeting people. I didn't know how to meet anyone. So one of my coworkers told me to sign up for this thing called Grouper. It was like a group dating app, so you could meet multiple people. That's what I did. Signed up, got a match, and they were like, okay, meet tomorrow at this location. You'll get like a free round of drinks. Bring 2 friends. It's like, what? I thought I was gonna meet the friends. Like, I don't have 2 friends to bring. So I called up Grouper, and I'm like, hey Grouper, it's Peter. I signed up. I got a match, and I don't have 2 friends to bring. Can you give me 2 groupers, like 2 other grouper people to come with me who also don't have friends? And she was like, no, that's not how it works. You have to bring your own friends. And I was like, oh damn. So what do I do? She's like, well, you're gonna have to cancel the grouper. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Just cancel the date tomorrow. And she was like, okay, that's fine. But that's going to be a $15 cancellation fee. I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, is everything all right? I was like, I don't know. I've never been fined for not having friends before. This is all very new. I think I handled it very well. I didn't cry until I hung up the phone. But it all worked out well now. I have some friends. Thank you. I have a few, at least like 4, not counting or anything. And sometimes I'll be like, I text a lot, like I said, I'm a millennial. And I'll be like, where are you, Peter? And I'll be like, I'll be there in a sec. But the thing is, like, when I try to type that, sometimes like the C and the X on your keyboard, they're right next to each other. So I'll say, be there in a sex. And when that happens, I don't like correct myself, because for me that time frame is the same. Right, that's a premature ejaculation joke, guys. Right, it happens. It happens every now, whatever. I'm over it. I've never been on the receiving end of premature ejaculation, personally. But I imagine it's something like when you go to sit down on an automatic toilet and it flushes before you get started. You just go, go. I guess we're done here. That's what we came to. Whatever, to cope with this issue I have sometimes, I got this nifty little trick, and you can try it too. I put all my condoms in the freezer, because that's where you put things when you want to last longer, right? Right? That's just a joke. I don't wear condoms. No, that ain't me. Let's go to some PG jokes, though. Actually, I want to make sure I get this right. I wrote this at work. Board meetings, more like board meetings. Hope that one at work. Here's a fun fact. I don't know if you knew this. I read this on the internet the other day. Did you know that the football face mask was invented to keep players from making out with each other? Did you know that? I mean, it makes sense. I haven't seen any football players making out with each other on the field since the invention of the face mask. You can Google it. It's true. Young Pope. The young Pope. The Pope. He's too young. It's a TV show called The Young Pope. I don't know if you've seen it. I've never seen it personally. I just imagine it's the Pope. He gets himself in all these shenanigans, and everyone's just like, the Pope! He's too young! He's so young. This Pope. The young Pope. He's such a young Pope. Speaking of popes and religion, I went to Sunday school growing up. Every Sunday, church, I had to go to Sunday school and got taught about God and whatnot. And it's kind of weird at Sunday school. They also have like a sex ed part of it. And even more weird part is that's taught by the priests. Because they're like the most knowledgeable on the topic of sex. You know, they've only dedicated their life to celibacy, so they know all about the sex. And at one point, the priest is talking about, condoms, and he's like, when you get married and finally have sex, you can't wear a condom. You can never wear a condom. Because wearing a condom is like shaking someone's hand with a glove. It's impolite. I was like, I don't know. If I were to shake someone's hand and that were to result in them ejaculating all over me, I think it would be pretty polite for them to wear a glove. I don't know. That might just be me. That might just be me. I'll finish with this one story from college. I had a girlfriend in college. Right, I got this girlfriend in college right before spring break. Right, she was going to Cancun for spring break, and I wasn't. I was just staying back, hanging out on campus for spring break. And she had this fish, this betta fish. And she wanted me to take care of it while she was on spring break. And I was like, of course, I'll take care of your fish. I love you. You're my favorite person. Of course I'll take care of this fish for you. And so I took care of her fish, and she went on spring break to Cancun. And about 4 days into the trip, the fish died. Like, I didn't kill it. Like, fish just die sometimes, guys. Like, you could be taking good care of a fish, and it just dies. I didn't know what to do. Like, I had been dating her that long. And I was like, oh no, what do I do? So I ran to the fish store, and I got another fish. I replaced it with a fish that looked exactly the same. And she came back from spring break, and she was like, Peter, I have to tell you something. And I was like, no, I have to tell you something. And she was like, no, I have to tell you something. And I was like, okay, you go first. And she said, she proceeded to confess to me that the entire time on spring break she'd just been cheating on me. Like, she had just been, just getting railed all the time. Just, all spring break, just a bunch of dicks in her mouth and her face. And, you know how it is in spring break in Cancun. Just like that. And after she confesses this to me, she's like, what did you have to say? And I was like, nothing. So I just gave her the fish back. And it wasn't the same fish, and she had no idea. She just took the fish back. And she called it the same name and everything, and it wasn't the same. It was a totally different fish. I got her so good. Man, she's an idiot. God.